started coaching when I was 14. I started teaching swim lessons at my local summer league pool, and I just really liked it. And then in high school, I got a concussion and wasn't allowed to swim for a long time, but my club coach said that I could help out and coach some of the younger age groups. So that's when I first got my start into like real coaching. So then I was coaching swimming all the way through then, and then in college I would come home and coach a summer league team. And then when I graduated college, I moved here to Walla Walla, and I was the assistant swim coach for Whitman for 6 years. So yeah, as the swim coach, I was in charge of what we call the dry land program, which is just the strength and conditioning program. So what do we do on land to get them stronger and faster in the water? And then I also had the opportunity to work with a couple other sports at Whitman. So I worked with our women's volleyball team and women's lacrosse team for one season each. And in between that, for the summers, I did an internship with a football strength and conditioning program down in Louisiana. I worked with some really good Olympic level swim coaches at different swim camps in Michigan and in California, and worked at the local CrossFit gym. Okay, so I have a Master's of Science, which is an MS, and then I have my CrossFit level 2, and then I have my USA weightlifting level 1, and then I have my NSCA CPT, which is National Strength and Conditioning Association Certified Personal Trainer. And then I had my NSCA CSCS, but that expired, but that was Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist. I did my Master's of Science online, and I did a specialization in, the degree was in exercise science and kinesiology, and I did a specialization in strength and conditioning. But a lot of the coursework was about building programs for different athletes, so it was a lot more sport focused. We did a little bit of nutrition as well, and then also some training for more like general population clients, so just people trying to get a little bit fitter, but it was a lot of focus on the science and art and technique behind programming and how to do supersets and different body movement patterns and stuff like that. CrossFit, I got my L1 in 2017, and then my first CrossFit coaching job was at a gym in Louisiana over the summers. Started working there, and then I coached a little bit here in town at the local gym, but I've had experience coaching CrossFit with all different levels. I coached a CrossFit Kids program in Louisiana as well, and then also did an Olympic lifting program and sort of specific track for the gym. But yeah, so most of my experience in CrossFit is in Olympic lifting. That's what I love to teach the most. But I also have experience with everything, all the standard CrossFit movements and stuff like that. The USAW is USA Weightlifting Level 1 Sport Coach. So that was a weekend course that I did up in Spokane at Washington State with some national level coaches, and we went through different progressions on how to teach the snatch and the clean and the jerk and how to put them together. And it was really cool because it was a little bit different than the progressions I learned from the CrossFit space. So it was cool to kind of mesh those together and come up with my own progressions. But yeah, so I had a lot of good opportunity to learn how to do the Olympic lifts myself, and then also how to coach them for others. So the CPT, Certified Personal Trainer, was an exam that I had to take at one of those like Pearson intense, like at a testing center.
Okay.
But the content of that exam was all about how to train and work with personal training clients. So people from all ages, but a lot of the questions were about some elderly populations and people who have specific health issues like blood pressure and how to deal with that kind of stuff, how to deal with people who are maybe slightly more overweight, different body limitations like limbs missing or any disabilities like that, how to work with them and how to adapt and change programs for different people. I think what makes me a good coach is that I really want to create lasting relationships with all the people that I work with. One of the reasons I stopped coaching collegiately was there was an expiration date on all of those coaching endeavors. Like I pretty much only had 4 years to work with them, and then on they went to bigger and better things. So I really like being able to work with people throughout an entire lifetime and try to make really lasting changes. And I think I have pretty good ability at seeing even like minute changes or faults in people's movements and being able to get down to the nitty gritty and make sure people are moving well.
Cool, thank you.
Is that good?